guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Uka. If you're new, please make sure you subscribe because we are trying to get to 500 subscribers. In this video, we are going to be talking about steps that you can take when moving to a new state or when moving in general. And these are the steps that I took to successfully move to Dallas, from Minnesota to Dallas. I don't know if I mentioned that I moved from Minnesota to Dallas, but yeah, it was crazy out there and I am so glad that I'm here right now. Okay, for now, because I'm only here now for a week, but I know it's going to be amazing. I love it here already, love the place I am. So these steps actually helped me to move successfully. I mean, it wasn't easy, of course it wasn't easy, but now that I've already done these steps, it will be easier for you guys if you're able to follow this successfully. So the first thing I did when I decided to move, honestly, it did not take that long. If you think you're going to need to move, I would say don't think about it too much, because our mind tends to change a lot if you think too much about something. If you already want to move, just do it. Like, your mind is already telling you, and if you don't move or if you don't do what you want to do, in the future you're gonna be like, oh my god, like, what if I moved? What would have happened? Anyways, when we decided to move, we talked about it with sister, friend, whatever, but we didn't talk about that we're going to move. We're just like, oh, you know, it would be great, but we didn't say, oh, we're going to move, we're going to think about moving. We didn't say that. We just said, I was like, maybe in a year I'll move. But one day I was like, let's just do it, let's just do it. And then we're like, okay, we're going to move at the end of this month. So we decided that we're going to move in March, and we're like, we're going to move at the end of this month. But of course, you guys will figure out what happened. You need to figure out, of course, decide that you're going to move. And the second thing that I would say that is very, very important when it comes to moving is make sure that you have money. Make sure that you have some money saved up, or that you already have a job at the new place that you're going. Me, I didn't have a job lined up, but I had a lot of savings. Me in particular, I have savings. I always make sure that I'm good before I make this kind of decisions, because girl, I don't usually take this kind of risk, but I make sure that before I do it, I am actually good. So make sure you either have money saved up, or you already have a job, or you try to find a job immediately before you even move. Or if you move, make sure that you have at least first and second month rent before you do the move. Okay, I don't want to tell you guys to move without money, because if you can't pay your bills, that's gonna be a problem. Okay, that's gonna be a very big problem. This third one is very crucial, right? Because this will decide your fate for the next 1 year or 6 months, or however much you decide to sign your lease for. Before you move, make sure, because guys, especially if you're moving to a super big state, guys, I lived in Minnesota, and Minnesota have different cities too, and it wasn't even that big compared to Dallas. So if you're moving to a big state or Dallas, make sure that you check out the areas that you're going to live in. Make sure you know the exact area that you want to live in. The way I did this was, of course, I came here first and I checked out some areas where I just checked out some areas to see where is good or where is bad. Make sure you also go to that area at night, just to see how the neighborhood is at night. Check it out during the day, because some places are really loud at night, or there is like a lot of people just standing outside, a lot of homeless people. You don't want that for your apartment. You don't want that. You literally do not want that. So make sure you check out the areas. Another thing that because I worked in housing before I came here, I worked in housing. Another thing you need to do is make sure to, if you can, make sure you call the police department close to that side and ask them how many police calls that they get from that particular space. Also, we're gonna get to this, but once you have the apartment that you want, make sure you also go to the apartment during the evening to check how, you know, how it is, what the neighbors are doing at night, what they are doing like in the evening. Because me, I don't want to see my neighbors outside at night. When I'm trying to walk into my house, I don't want to see everybody everywhere. Like, I just want a quiet, chill environment, because I am a freaking light sleeper. If I fall asleep, I don't want to hear any noise. That's it. And I too don't want to know my neighbors, so I don't want you to know that I live there. I don't care. I don't want you to know where I live, no matter who you are, because my safety is very important. Okay, so I didn't mean to yell at you guys. I was just telling you guys this is very important, because if you don't like where you're living and you sign 1-year lease, you are freaking stuck. So make sure that you check out the place. If you have a friend that lives in the area, ask them to check it out for you, show you a video, because some people might be good with something but you yourself might not be good. Make them show the place to you at night when they go visit it for you. But also I'll say to make sure that you just go to the state, try to find out what areas you like, and then once you start looking, if you have a friend there, they can look at it, or you can also ask the apartment too. So the next one would be apartment search. I in particular, I used apartment.com, I used Zillow, I used the different kinds of apartment search place. I ended up finding mine, I think it was from apartment.com. I don't really remember. So once you find the apartment, write them down, write what you like about the apartment, write their price if you're comparing that, and then compare. Or you don't even have to compare, you can just write down the apartments, call them, figure out the days that you want to go there, and make sure you have them. If you live far, make sure you have all those days, so that make sure you have them to be the same day, so that you can just go look at all the apartments in 1 or 2 days, and then you can make your decision that way. Or if you have someone to help you, you can write the apartments down, because of course if your friend is helping you, that'll be too much work for them if you're having them like look for the apartment. So you look for the apartment, you write it down, you write the times, and then have your friend go look at it, or you can go look at the apartment. And then once you look at the apartment, make sure you are looking at everything. Make sure you're looking at the areas like I mentioned. Make sure you are getting also the vibe from the leasing agent that is helping you look at the apartments, because those vibes are the things that is going to make or break your living there. Because if they are mean and careless, then you are fucked basically. So just make sure that you pick up on that, because it's very important. And then once you find your apartment and you are ready to sign that lease, make sure you read through the lease, of course. Make sure you read through it thoroughly, ask questions if you don't know what they are talking about, because that thing is like, I don't know, 20 pages. Make sure you read through it, make sure you ask questions that you don't know, make sure that if something sounds weird, because of course if you're a regular person that haven't dealt with apartments, don't know the rules, I think the rules are online. But because I worked in housing, I have like a page like this that I read. Of course I was familiar with it, and I was familiar with things on the list, so I'll just call, ask question. I probably annoyed that girl so many times, but I had to ask questions. I asked different questions. What is this, where is this at? I asked loads of questions. Make sure you do that before you sign that lease, because you are literally stuck. So after you go ahead and sign your lease, that means you know that you're moving. That's when you know that you're moving. You can start telling your friends, you can start telling your family, because I feel like there's something about telling everybody before you even make the move, because what if you don't move? So do all that, and then you can start telling your friends, tell them that you're moving, like, so that they can be ready, because they need to get prepared mentally. Tell your parents, whoever you want to tell. So yeah, and then once that is done, you have to, if you have a car, if you have a job, you have to figure that out. You have to give your 2 weeks notice. You have to find a way to ship your car. For me, I despise driving. Okay, I hate driving, so I did not want to drive for 15 hours, because it was a 15 hours drive. That is disgusting. That is gross. Driving for 15 hours to me is gross. It's disgusting. I wouldn't do it. The highest I've drove before is like 5 hours, and that was disgusting to me. After I drove that 5 hours, I came out of the car and I threw up, because it was disgusting. If you want to ship your car, you have to find a shipping company that ships your car. But these people are mad, okay? There's a lot of crazy people out there. A lot of crazy. Some people will say they are going to ship your car for like 500. You give them your car, you tell them the location and where to pick it up. They'll put your car online, and then have some other shipping company come pick it up. So like they are second, what do you call it, second party or whatever. The car company will come pick it up, and then once they drop it, you have to pay them again. Don't do that. That is scam. That is scam. You have to ask them the price. What is the price? Like, what is the price that I'm going to pay for the whole thing, including taxes, including price. tolls, whatever they have to pay, what is the price. And then once they tell you the price, make sure that you don't pay them everything before you get your car. Now I think they usually ask you to give them like some of the money, and then once they ship your car, then you can go ahead and pay the rest of the money. Make sure that they tell you all the amount up front, nothing hidden, nothing. Also make sure that you are talking to different shipping companies. You're talking to up to 10, because they are going to give you different price range. Some are going to tell you it's $900, which is cuckoo, it's crazy. Some are going to tell you $800, which is madness. They are going to tell you different things. Some are going to tell you $1,000. So make sure you go through all that, ask them questions, and finally choose the one that is cheaper for you, or the one that you think is better for you. Ours ended up shipping for like $1,050 for 2 cars. Otherwise 1 car would have been $500 or something. Most shipping companies don't take more than that. I would say like the highest you should be paying to ship your car is like $700 maximum, depending on how far the place is. If you live far like I do, maybe that much, but like don't get scammed, okay? These people are going to try to scam you. They're going to try to get all your money just because you're shipping your car. Don't do it. It's not gonna work. And some are going to tell you, oh, we're gonna come pick your car, but they won't show up. They won't show up. They will not show up. So be smart when you're doing this research. Make sure you talk to them. And then if you have a job, of course, put your two weeks notice and tell them why you're leaving, because sometimes they will be super nice and they'll pay you more, like my company did. I told them I was leaving and I was moving, because I didn't want to live in Minnesota anymore. They were super happy for me, and they paid me a little extra. So I was like, wow, I was so happy. This job that I had, I loved it from day one. The people that I worked with, everything was perfect. I loved them so much. The only thing I didn't like was the job was boring. But in terms of the people that we worked with, they're good. I have nothing bad to say about them. I actually really appreciate them. They made me feel like workplace don't have to be terrible. The people don't have to be mean like my previous job. So I am really happy about that experience, and I really thank them so much. Work for small businesses. They're actually small, but they're not really that small. I'm so glad. Make sure you have dinners with your friends. Make sure you hang out with your family. I know this is just additional, but make sure you hang out with them, because of course you're gonna miss them. If you have friends, make sure you hang out with them. Make sure you go out with them before you leave. And last but not the least, make sure to pack your shit, okay? Because if you don't pack your shit and put it inside your car, okay, so I'm going to tell you, if you're shipping your car, pack your shit and put it inside your car so that I can ship it, things that can fit. Because my sister and I, we were able to pack our we have a business. We had to pack our business stuff and our personal stuff like clothing, shoes, all that crap, all our stuff that can be carried. We put inside our car, we put in the trunk and the back seat, and they were able to bring that to us with no scratch. Everything was perfect, it didn't move. Make sure you pack your things pack it a week before they come pick your car up. And if you live in not so safe area, make sure you just pack everything in a box, and a day or two before they come get it, you can put it in the car and then just have them come get it. I think it's better to be in the city where you're going before they actually pick it up, depending on how long it's going to take. For example, let's say you want to get there on Monday, right? Make sure you ship your car like maybe Saturday, so that before the car gets there, you're already there, so you can be able to go pick it up. Because if I wasn't there when my car got there, I don't know what I would have done, because the person was just sitting on the side of the road and called me, come and pick up your car here, and that's how I went. If I wasn't already in Dallas, that would be a big problem, because I'll be like, okay, so how am I supposed to go pick up my car, right? So make sure you're already there before your car gets there, otherwise it'll be a mess. But if you're driving yourself, make sure you pack all your shit, put in your car, and go. But if you already have properties that you're moving, like furnitures and stuff, I think a U-Haul will work. You might have to pay a lot of money for that, because they pay by mileage. For me, that would have been 1,000 miles. So make sure you do your research and ask questions, ask people that know about things like that. I'm so glad, so happy that my brother was able to find people that shipped my car successfully. Otherwise, I wouldn't know what to do, honestly, because those people were trying to scam me. There were people that actually was nice, but most of them were trying to scam me. So make sure you find people that is able to help you with those informations. I think this is going to be it for this video. If you're new, please subscribe to my channel. Please give this video a thumbs up. I want to see 50 thumbs up. We're trying to get to 500 subscribers, so make sure you like, make sure you subscribe, and also comment. What do you want to see next? What do you want me to say? What do you want me to do? Do you want me to do my fitness videos, or do you like the stocking videos? Because I don't mind doing either of them. I think the next time we are going to have a vlog, maybe. And I thank you guys so much for watching.